Welcome in to the Bets and Brewskis podcast. Now, you may notice there's only two of us tonight. Our boy, Matthew Mad Dog Fagley, is not here. He's fallen ill with COVID. COVID is hitting the gay community quite hard right now. So, sad for him. Prayers up for Matt. We're excited, though. Conference championship weekend.
Oh, boy.
This is arguably the best weekend of the whole season. I mean, punching your ticket to the Super Bowl. 4 teams left. It's going to be an electric weekend.
Three games total left this year. It is
3 total weeks. It's sad.
It just sucks not having a Monday night game, Thursday night game.
Amen.
Or even some Saturday games.
Oh, yeah.
We're down to 2 Sunday games.
Honestly, we got 2 banger games, though, left in the season. Or 2 banger games this weekend. And you know what? Honestly, no matter the outcome, I think it's going to be a very fun Super Bowl, whichever 2 teams go. I wish there's one team I don't want to go.
I think everybody knows.
But it would be a very fun game nonetheless.
It's the opposite of America's team.
All right. Lots of coaching news this week.
What should we say that they should like, comment, and subscribe?
Oh, yeah. I forgot we're opening the podcast with that from now on. And if you notice, new digs. This is my residence. New home, so we now have several different studios that we can all attend, and our wives are over there laughing at us because we're so dumb and not very good at this.
Yeah,
that's right. Upper decky.
Welcome in.
Performance enhancing drugs going on right now.
All right.
Coaching news: John Harbaugh back in the NFL. Very excited for that. Jim Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh been there.
I always get the 2 confused.
Yeah, Jim's back to hopefully resurrect Justin Herbert's career.
Resurrect? Or, I mean, it's not like he ever really went away.
To enhance.
Yeah.
Just like the Zens.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
We're
Jim Harbaugh is going to be the Zen to Justin Herbert this next year. I love the Harbaughs. Great coaches. Yeah. Great hire.
I do think it's
anybody who got Jim was going to have a great head coach for the next few years.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the biggest, I think, hire. Other than that, we had Raheem Morris to the Falcons. I like that. He was an interim there for a little while. From all reports, like Mike Tomlin, Sean McVay, all those guys have nothing but great things to say about the guy.
He was from the Sean McVay.
Yeah, he was the Rams DC from this year.
Okay.
Then we got Bobby Slowick going to the, or not Bobby Slowick. He's still with the Texans. Who was the guy from Tampa Bay? I can't remember his name now. Was that he's the Panthers head coach now?
Couldn't tell you.
Man, I can't believe I forgot. I had all these organized.
Didn't matter that much. The Panthers are still going to suck.
Yeah, I feel bad for whoever accepted that job. But a lot of new head coaches. There's a good chance Bill Belichick is not coaching next year, which is
just
surprising.
Straight up retiring, or
no,
just going to take a year off.
Well, so
take the money that he's guaranteed.
So the only interviews that he got was from the Falcons, and they filled their head coaching job.
And, I mean, Cowboys are sticking with McCarthy.
The only 2 teams left are the Commanders and the Seahawks. The Commanders, reports are that they've really secured Ben Johnson from the Lions. So that seems like that's filled. The last one is the Seahawks, and Dan Quinn right now I think is leading that one. And then it would probably be like Mike Vrabel would be the next option. So there's a good chance.
Dan Quinn their coordinator?
Dan Quinn is the Cowboys DC right now.
Yeah.
So... but
we gotta stop. Why can't we have these coaching hires after the season?
I do
because it does. The Ravens are doing very well. They have a great offensive coordinator and a great defensive coordinator. Who I think have both done interviews.
I don't think Todd Monken has. I think Mike.
Maybe I know Mike McDonald.
Yeah,
he
has
some. Which I just say that he's got some big fish to fry. It
is one of those things where like you see like Ben Johnson going and interviewing, and you're like, okay. So that means 100% of his time is not dedicated to Lions this week.
Yeah,
which is kind of
annoying.
I
don't like to see that.
But they do got to get those guys in there because I mean, right after this, you got NFL Combine starting up right after. Then you got draft. Like it all comes up pretty quick. So they try to get guys in there as fast as they can. But should be a very interesting NFL season. Lots of new head coaches, first-time head coaches as well. So that's very exciting. And guys that haven't been in the league for a long time. So I'm excited for next season.
Yes, sir.
But before that, let's get into this weekend's of games.
Let's get into it, baby.
Let's get into the conference championship starting at 3 o'clock on Sunday. The AFC Conference Championship. The Kansas City Chiefs traveling to the bank up in Baltimore, Maryland, taking on the Ravens.
Who is going to hoist the Lamar Hunt Trophy?
The Ravens are currently 3.5-point favorites. Over-under 44.5. Brenton, what do you got?
I think y'all know what I got. And I think it's going to be an absolute masterclass by the Ravens. They are better in almost every aspect. The Chiefs are not as bad as everybody says. You know, they rank in the top 10 in a lot of categories, offensively and defensively. It's obviously Patrick Mahomes. Rashee Rice has really shined. I just think that they haven't played a defense as complete and as healthy as the Ravens defense, especially with Mike McDonald out there scheming it up. Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith anchoring it down. And don't forget your boy Kyle Hamilton back there, who is causing chaos, plays like a linebacker when he needs to play like a linebacker. Let's give me the Ravens minus 3.5. I like that. I think it will be within a touchdown, probably. I mean, it's the Chiefs. They'll get some calls. Who's the official who's on?
I don't remember his name, but he's got a
track record where away teams have a higher winning percentage when he.
So the average around the league is home teams win 56% of the time with all other refs. Home teams win at 42% of the time when he's the head ref. And I agree that it is important to see who's reffing the game and see what penalties they like to call, but I think it would be interesting to go and dive into actually which games he's reffed to see if it's like a bunch of Carolina Panther home games where like it's going to skew his. I haven't seen like that breakdown yet, so it will be interesting to see what games he's reffing. If he refs for a lot of bad home teams, then obviously he's going to have a lot of road wins.
Fair.
But yeah, it is an interesting little nugget to know. So I do think the Chiefs will be able to stay in this game. Their offense has looked a lot better, but it's going to be a very different game from last week. So just announced not too long ago, their star guard, Joe Tooney, was announced officially out. Willie Gay is still questionable. He will most likely go. Isaiah Pacheco's injured. He's most likely going to go, but he's on the injury report. So that is key things to look out for. Kadarius Toney, the Ravens better hope he plays.
Yeah, hopefully. We need some drop passes. We need a little luck, too.
So the key thing, I think the key injury is Willie Gay. Because if you watch the games last week, Willie Gay was shadowing Josh Allen. Josh Allen, at the very beginning of the game, wasn't too effective on his legs. Willie Gay got hurt part of the way through the game. Immediately after that, Josh Allen started having a lot of good rushes. So Willie Gay, incredible athlete. If he's playing, now he won't be 100%, obviously. So if he's shadowing Lamar, that'll be a key matchup to watch. If he's not 100% and he's struggling, Lamar's going to have a really good day, I think, especially on his feet. But if he gets announced out, I really like Lamar over rushing yards. I like Lamar anytime touchdown. I'd like a lot of Lamar stats.
The real X factor here is if Lamar Jackson has time in the pocket. We need time in the pocket, and even if he's getting pressured, he's going to be able to get out and create a little more time. We need the receivers to get open. That is going to be huge. And Zay Flowers, everybody's healthy.
See, I don't think the receivers getting open is the key to this game because the secondary for the KC has been all pro this year. I mean, L'Jarius Sneed. I was thinking Willie Gay. L'Jarius Sneed and their other corner,
Trent
McDuffie. They've both been all-stars this year. And so I think this is going to be a more, run option game. I think
that if the Ravens can go and put 180 rushing yards on them like the Bills put on the Chiefs, and like the Ravens did against the Texans, who have a pretty solid rush defense.
Yeah. So I think that's the key is going to be able to rush the ball and keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands. I mean, that's been the secret to beating Mahomes is just don't let him touch the ball. Another key matchup that I want to highlight is last week. If you watch the game, who was a standout player for the Chiefs? It was Travis Kelce, who has not been scoring. Well, Rashee Rice that was not his standout game though. The week before against the Dolphins, he was electric. But I mean, Kelsey had 2 touchdowns. He I think hit a season high in receiving yards. I mean, he was not season high, but he did hit his over in receiving total. But that's because if you look, every single Bills linebacker was injured. They did not have a guy like Kyle Hamilton.
Hamilton is going to be the guy who's on.
I love Travis Kelce under receiving yards. It's at 62.5 right now. I like the under a lot. I think it's going to be another game where Travis Kelce kind of struggles a little bit. He's going to be getting covered because, I mean, Mike McDonald knows that there are 3 guys that are going to be touching the ball besides Patrick Mahomes. It's Isaiah Pacheco, who's on the injury report, Rashee Rice, and Travis Kelce. If he can shut Travis Kelce down,
it's going to be key.
Yeah,
so you're going to have to make those other guys make big plays to beat.
Oh yeah,
you got to take Travis Kelce out of it. Yeah. Speak of the devil,
they're on TV right now.
Yeah,
electric pairing actually. It's Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce in Campbell's Chunky Soup commercial.
What's your official pick?
My official pick is going to be Ravens. Mine's 3.5.
Yeah.
I would prefer to take Ravens in a teaser parlay though. I'm going to take the Ravens money line with Detroit Lions bought out to 14.5. I really like that. You can actually get that to plus 120 right now.
Very nice.
So I really like both those. So that's going to be kind of my official pick. But I do lean Ravens points just because I think this is the best team the Chiefs have played all year. The Bills...
Best team in football.
Yeah, the Bills, very good team. They had a lot of mistakes. I mean,
they weren't 100%.
Their defense was just destroyed across the linebacker position. But there were 3 20-yard plus passes, and all 3 of them were dropped. All 3 could be game changers. One of them was for a touchdown. One of them was Stephon Diggs way down the field. Like, typically you see Josh Allen hit one of those. I think I saw a stat that in like the 113 games that he's played, he's only had 5 games, or like it was less than 5 games where he hasn't completed a pass for more than 20 yards. So it was a very outlying moment for the Bills. It was sad to see. I really wanted to see the Bills win last week.
Yeah.
But so Ravens I think are going to get it done, and I think they're going to win, not easily, but the public is all over the Chiefs. If you look at the money though, the money is heavily on the Ravens. The sharp side is the Ravens this week. So, all right.
And Mark Andrews back. I don't know if
Mark Andrews. That. No, we didn't mention that. He's going to be. I think he's going to be a decoy piece more than anything.
The Ravens are not afraid to run 2 tight end sets.
No, they will. They will definitely run 2 tight ends.
Especially with those 2 guys out there.
But I also really like Isaiah Likely touchdown because I think as I said, Andrews is going to be more of a decoy, and likely because of Mark Andrews getting announced in. He's up to plus 300 to score a touchdown, which I think is way too high for a guy like that. So those will be a couple of prop picks for you guys.
Let's see. Mark Andrews over under receptions is set at 3.5.
Receptions? I'm going to be honest. I think I lean the under.
I like the over. That if all else goes wrong, the ball is going to Mark Andrews. That is Lamar's security blanket. I know he's coming back off the injury, but he's had quite a while to get tuned up.
I would be curious if he's on a snap count, like a snap count.
You're not going to be on a snap count in the playoffs.
I think later in the game, if the Chiefs are up like 2-3 scores, I think you could see him out maybe.
If the Chiefs are up 2 or 3 scores,
I mean,
I won't be watching the game.
The Ravens.
I'll be dead in my bathtub.
Yeah, if the Ravens are up 2-3 scores, I think you could see him getting a little bit lighter workload. So,
for sure. If the Ravens have it locked,
I would be very nervous playing any Mark Andrews props this week.
Give me the over on them receptions, baby.
All right, moving on to the Sunday night game.
Whoa. You got any prop picks for this game?
I told you 3.
Give me more.
More? All right.
I like Gus Edwards anytime touchdown. The Chiefs could not stop the run last week. I think, especially if this gets into the third quarter and the Ravens are up by any amount of points, they're gonna want to, win that time of possession battle.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to keep it on the ground, and Gus Edwards can just dice a defense up and get some tough yards. And goal line, Gus Edwards is gonna get in.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. I told you Travis Kelce under receiving yards, under 62.5. Give me a Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown. This could also be a live bet opportunity. See what Willie Gay's doing. If he looks like he's kind of sluggish, if he's not covering Lamar that well, see what the live betting odds are on that, because that could be a great opportunity to get some good money on that.
Here's an interesting one.
What's that?
Isaiah Pacheco and Lamar Jackson to combine for 150 plus rushing yards.
I don't like that because I don't think Pacheco's going to do that well.
If there is a knock on the Ravens defense, it's their rush defense. It hasn't been as elite as everything else, and the way Pacheco runs the ball, I think the Chiefs are going to rely on him for a lot.
Getting 75 from each of them.
I mean, Lamar had 100 last week.
And, I mean, Allen did run for a bunch last week. So, I don't hate that as a little sprinkle pick.
It's a little sprinkle.
A little sprinkle on that. I also don't mind a Rashee Rice touchdown. You know, he has become Mahomes' favorite receiver. I could definitely see that as a
he's
good play.
Definitely their clear cut.
With Kelsey getting covered by like Hamilton, I think Rashee Rice has a pretty decent game.
I do too, because I mean, if it's not Kyle Hamilton, it's going to be Roquan or Patrick Queen. Mm-hmm. Great coverage linebackers.
Yeah. Also, we'll see. I got a question for you. So last week, when you watch Mahomes like get out of the pocket and have like a 30-yard run or something like that, he looks so awkward when he runs, and it doesn't look like he's moving very fast. But I know he is. But
it just feels like nobody wants to hit him because they don't want that.
That's what I'm saying. Is if I'm a defensive coordinator, and I'm like talking to my team, I'm gonna tell him like, you know what? If you draw the personal foul, I'm okay with that.
He's gonna pay. Like, and the Ravens are gonna make him pay.
I'm kind of tired of this. Like, just let him go. He'll run out of bounds for a slide. Plant a hit on him. There's a reason you never see Mahomes do a QB sneak. It's because I think early in his career he did that, and he got smashed one play because of it, and he never QB sneaks again. I think if you show him at the beginning of the game, he gets out of the pocket, tries to scramble a little bit, and you just send somebody at him, take the late hit, but show him that you're not gonna just get away with that. That is one thing that annoys me is just guys will like we saw it earlier this year. I think it was against the Broncos. Mahomes was like running towards the sideline, and the Broncos defender stops. Mahomes gets 5 extra yards, and
afraid to tackle.
I'm as a defensive coordinator. I'm telling Roquan Smith, hey, he gets out the pocket, lay one on him. Well, take the late hit.
Last week, I think it was a mic'd up moment. You saw Roquan Smith absolute beeline as C.J. Stroud's running out of bounds, and he goes, "Come on, boy, come," And C.J.'s like, "Oh, you really want to hit me?" He's like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah, no, I
don't think the Ravens are going to be scared to hit. I think obviously play smart, but don't be afraid to go nail that guy. Let him know that he can't get away with that.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying as a defensive coordinator, that's what I'm telling my guys. It's like you see Mahomes running, lay one into him. That'll stop him from running the rest of the game. So, all right, let's move on to Sunday night.
Let's do it.
We got the Detroit Lions potentially punching their ticket to their first Super Bowl.
In how many years? Or is this their first?
This is their first ever. They're the only NFC team never to make it to a Super Bowl.
Oh, that's incredible.
Taking on the San Francisco 49ers with a potential to win their 6th Super Bowl as a franchise and join the ranks of like the Steelers and the Patriots and the Packers is those high winning elite franchises. Currently the 49ers are 7.5-point favorites. Over under 51.5. The game is in San Francisco, but it will be perfect weather. It'll be like 64, sunny. Of course, the sun will be going down there in the second half, but it's supposed to be very good weather. It's supposed to be very little wind, which for both of these quarterbacks is huge. Mm-hmm. If both of them can be playing good weather, I think we're going to see a really good game. Because, honestly, I think the San Francisco defense is a little bit fraudulent. Or has been recently. They did step it up last week in the second half against the Packers.
Okay. This may be a hot take.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was the Packers' game to win. They should have won that game. And the Niners, they found a way to win it. So, congrats to the Niners. But, and no slander to the Packers either. Seventh seed.
Packers.
If you are the number 1 seed, you cannot go in there and look weak against the number 7 seed.
Yeah.
And they got exposed. And that's why, I mean, this Detroit Lions team is offensively electric. I mean, you got Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, maybe top 5 receiver in the league right now.
David
David Montgomery, great goal line back.
Panay Sewell on the line blocking for you. Absolute dog.
You've just got and Jared Goff doing his part and really looking like a stud out there.
So, other note, Deebo Samuel did get announced officially and 100% ready to go.
That's huge.
I think last week he was they were he could come back in the second half, but Shanahan kept him out because he has a long history injury past. So it was more of a hey, let's I think we can win this game. Let's keep you out this week and bring you back next week. I will say, so I did not realize this because watching the game, you do think the Packers are just look like the better team the whole night. So the Packers had 3 really explosive plays. Obviously, there was the kickoff return. That was returned, 60 yards. Then the fumble rolled forward 10 more yards, recovered by the Packers.
But that's a team game, baby.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, so that was a big play. It put them in really good field position. They also had an Aaron Jones 50-yard run. They had Romeo Doubs, I believe, caught a 39-yard pass. It was the one where Denzel Ward slipped, and I think he scored on that one, or at least got down the 1 or 2 yard line. So if you remove those 2 plays, so that's 80 yards. With those 2 plays, if you average it out, the Packers averaged 5.5 or 6 yards a play. Remove those 2 plays, they averaged 3 yards a play. They weren't as dominant as it appeared throughout the whole game.
They were dominant.
But
I just think they had that.
They had 2 plays that really set them up.
Yeah.
But when it came to it, Jordan Love threw the interception.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, 2 really good drives at the end of the game to win it. So I think it was just a hard game. It was wet. I think the Packers, Joe Barry especially, was playing for his job. He just threw everything out there that he could to try to save his job. Still lost it. So bye-bye, Joe Barry.
My key for the Lions to win this game is you have to go win the field position battle. And if you, like you said, if you can get some of those key plays, like special teams, set you up on the 40-yard line instead of the 25, that's huge. You can't be driving the whole field against that 49ers defense the whole game and expect to win. You're going to need some splash plays. You're going to need your defense to step up, and you're going to have to be opportunistic to win that game. And I'm just not sure if Detroit's defense is going to be up to the challenge.
So Detroit's rush defense has been rather good this year. It's going to be on their secondary to step up, make some plays. Now, I think obviously Debo's back. That does change the dynamic a lot. I think George Kittle has a good game. Brandon Ayuk, he could be. I think all the receivers on the 49ers. I really like Brock Purdy over passing yards.
What's he set at?
279. It's a lot. But I think this is going to be a game where they're going to be passing. I just don't see them running the ball a lot. I think Shanahan knows.
And it doesn't matter. Christian McCaffrey, he may not rush the ball, but he's going to get his touches in the receiving game too. And just with all those weapons, I like what you're saying there. And, the total's set at what, 50?
51.5. I think that's still high, though. As much as I think this is going to be a huge offensive game, I think it's still high.
I think I would... lean the under on that. It could be another game just like the Niners-Packers. 21 to 18 or 24 to 21.
Yeah, 24-21, I think. But so the key for the Lions, I think, is going to be to get that ground game going. Because if you saw, it was Aaron Jones who did a lot of work last week. I love Aaron Jones. I think he's a very good back, and I hate that he's on the Packers because he is very, very good. So I think this is going to be a big game for Jahmyr Gibbs, especially because I think running up the middle is a terrible idea, especially when you got Fred Warner
plugging up.
Greenlaw back there.
Is Buckner still?
No.
He's on the Colts, right?
Correct. Yeah, Greenlaw back there. I think running up the middle is a lost cause. But hitting that outside zone run, with Jahmyr Gibbs especially, who's been a dog on the outside zone.
And if you can get that ground game working, you open up many possibilities in the past.
That's what I think, is you're going to get that early. You're going to get that a lot. Because that's the key to beating this 49ers defense. You don't want to try to put the ball in the air a whole lot, especially over the middle where Jared Goff excels at throwing the ball with those 2 linebackers back there. I really like Jahmyr Gibbs over longest rush, 14.5. I really like that as a play this week. I think he's going to be a big part of their game. I like him anytime touchdown. So I also like Javonte Williams is a good play this week. Or Jamison Williams, sorry.
Yes.
Jamison Williams is a play this week. I like him anytime touchdown. I like him over receiving yards because they're not going to be wanting to throw over the center of the field. I think he's going to be a good deep threat. So I like both those guys' props. On the 49ers side of the ball, I like George Kittle this week. I like him over receiving yards. I like him anytime touchdown.
George Kittle's just a mismatch against any.
Oh yeah, he's just such a dog.
Player. He's big enough to power through a linebacker. Mm-hmm. He's fast enough to. I mean, he's just a stud.
Yes. And like I said in my previous teaser, I like the Lions at plus 14.5 with Ravens money line. And if I had to lean just straight spread, I lean the Lions. Honestly, I think this is going to be another close game.
I could honestly go for a little sprinkle on the Detroit Lions money line. Just it felt that the Niners got kind of exposed last week.
88% of the bets are on Lions money line. The public is all over the Lions.
Where's the money at?
I believe it's split.
I don't know. I just everybody loves the Lions. How can you not root for an underdog story like that? And you know what? If you lose a little money on it, at least you died trying.
Yeah, I think these are two very fun games. I think that the matchup for both games is very fun.
Well, first matchup is can Lamar beat? He's proven he played well in the playoffs. They did come out a little slow in the first half. Great adjustments by Todd Monken.
2 weeks off a break.
Right. They're hot now. But can he go and take it from Patrick Mahomes? Mm-hmm. Can he go, please, Lamar, please save us.
Make your plea, man.
But yeah, it'd just be electric to have him in the Super Bowl, I think. And, he promised the city a Super Bowl the night he was drafted. Mm-hmm. And would that not just be electric for him to get it?
Yeah. The first game, all week I've heard, a lot of sports talk. It's the Ravens are just the better team across the board. When you break down position by position, the only spots where you can even have a debate whether or not the player's better is QB. Obviously, Mahomes career-wise is better than Lamar. Honestly, this year though, Lamar's played better than Mahomes this year alone. Okay, the other one you could look at. The other one you could look at is the tight end position. Those are the only two spots that you can really say
Mark Andrews is top 4,
but coming off the injury, I
hope he's 100% healthy, and I think he is. We got prime Mark Andrews.
Yes, and it is a thing. It's all week. All I've heard is, it's the Ravens team versus Mahomes. Mahomes has just elevated his play in the playoffs. He has the last 2 games. Obviously, he is the best quarterback in the league. I can't deny that. Nobody can.
No doubt.
He hasn't played like it this year, but for some reason he just turns it on in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very interesting game. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. But I do think the home field advantage will be a lot better for the Ravens this week than they were against the Bills last week. They weren't even doing a silent count, the Chiefs last week. They were doing a regular snap count. But I think against the Ravens, it's going to be silent count. It's going to be.
They're going to need to.
It's going to
because the bank is going to be boiling.
Oh yeah.
And let's not forget the ultimate weapon. If it comes down to a kick, who are you taking? Yeah. How can you not take Justin Tucker? That man. I don't care if it comes down to a 70-yard field goal to win the game. I'm sending him out there. Say, Justin, I don't care if you absolutely blow out your leg. I want you to put everything you got into it.
Yeah. No, this is going to be a very good weekend, though. I'm excited.
Juiced up for these games.
It's going to be electric.
And hopefully I'm in high spirits to watch the Lions and Niners game and not emotionally defeated.
I know. I will have to come and check on you, though.
There will be a note on the door that says, don't come in.
Yeah.
Call the cops. So, yeah, I'm absolutely jazzed up. Maybe a little, Sam Laporta is only plus 150 touchdown scorer.
Yeah.
And just with those 2 linebackers.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like the matchup there. Even though Sam Laporta was the best tight end all year long, I'm just not. I don't want Jared Goff thrown over the middle of the field at all. We saw what happened when Jordan Love did it, Greenlaw intercepted him twice. So,
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Got anything else?
I think that's
yeah. Short pod. We're
2 games.
Very excited. We'll be back. Probably not next week, but the following week for the Super Bowl.
You don't want to break down the Pro Bowl, the flag football game?
No. I'm good.
All right.
Yeah. You want to do a solo pod on the Pro Bowl?
Yeah.
Just like yeah.
These guys really have nothing to play for.
The over/under set at 89.5. I think I'm leaning over there.
Yeah. Please, Lamar. Save us.
Do you want to play a Lamar edit on the pod? Just hold it up.
No, I think they've been exposed to it. So.
The Lamar edits are
all
awesome.
over.
But yeah, should be an exciting weekend. We're very excited. We'll be back probably in 2 weeks to break down the Super Bowl matchup. Your predictions are Ravens-Lions?
I'm leaning Ravens-Lions right now.
Lions.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Ravens-Niners. Just hopefully not Chiefs versus anybody else.
Yeah. The chalk pick, Ravens-49ers. I mean,
yeah.
The 49ers are just the better team, I think. They're slightly better, I think, every position, almost. McCaffrey's the better running back.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk is probably the better deep threat than Jameson Williams. Debo and I think Amon-Ra actually is the better slot receiver. Tight end, really close.
Yeah.
Offensive line, I lean Lions. Defense, I lean 49ers. It's very close across the board. But I got to go 49ers, I think, in the end. And then I think the Ravens get it done in the bowl. Ravens, baby.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yep. All right. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and come back next time.
See you in a couple weeks.
See ya.